Welcome to the Mayor's Message of July 16, 2020. I'm Mayor Ron Jensen. Texas and the DFW area continued to experience record-breaking COVID-19 numbers this past week. Look, I know you're all tired of this. I am. But we've got to remain diligent. Governor Abbott, along with almost every infectious disease expert, say without efforts to slow the spread, our healthcare system would be overwhelmed. Some already are. Let me give you some information. The state of Texas is divided up into 22 trauma service areas, 22 spread out all over the state. As of July 14th, 6 of them had less than 10 beds in ICU available. 6 had less than 10 beds. 1 had 0, 1 only had 3. Let's look at what the numbers were for mid-May before we open things up Memorial Day. Mid-May, not one of the trauma services areas had less than 10 beds. The number of ICU beds that have been occupied since that day have doubled. So, folks, the spread is real, and we've got to maintain it to where we keep hospitalization rates down and ICU beds available for those things such as strokes, accidents, cancer, those things that just happen every day in day-to-day life. On Friday, July 10th, during a series of interviews with television stations across the state, Governor Abbott said, numbers are going to look worse, and they did. July 9th, Abbott ordered hospitals in 100 counties to stop elective surgeries and said wearing masks has helped to contain the spread of the virus in other countries. We have to do it here. Dallas County cases have exceeded 1,000 a day since July 3rd. Dallas County ranks 2nd in Texas and 12th in the nation for the highest number of cases. Harris County, in which Houston lies, ranks number 1 in Texas and 8th in the USA. Tarrant County has averaged almost 500 cases a day since June 30th. Since last week, worldwide cases number 13 million, up from 12 million last week. Deaths went from 540,000 to 570,000. U.S. positive cases jumped from 3 million to 3.4 million, and deaths rose from 130,000 to 136,000. I've been contacted by a number of people and say, look, the death rate is low. Heart disease kills more people every year. But let me tell you something, if you have heart disease and sneeze on me, I'm not going to catch heart disease. If I have COVID, and not showing any symptoms, but I have it, and I sneeze on you, you may come down with COVID. And if you have heart disease, your chances of survival go way down because you have underlying health conditions. I was curious how this pandemic compares to previous large pandemics. In 1855, the bubonic plague killed 15 million worldwide. In 1918, the Spanish flu killed 50 million, 1/3 of the world's population. In 1957, the Asian flu caused about 1 million deaths globally. In 1981, the AIDS virus began its circulation of the world, killing 35 million. The 2009 swine flu affected 1.4 billion, but was not as deadly, killing around 500,000. And as of today, COVID-19 has infected 13 million and almost 600,000 have died. Interesting, most pandemics last about 2 years, or basically until everyone is immune or vaccine is developed. It's called herd immunity, and we won't reach herd immunity until enough of us have gotten it or a vaccine has been deployed. Now, I don't want all of us to have to get it. Let's talk about our testing. We've extended free drive-through and at-home COVID-19 testing for people who live and or work in Grand Prairie through the end of July. Please visit gptx.org for information. In addition, we offer rental assistance to residents affected by COVID-19. You may qualify for rental, mortgage, and utility assistance through Grand Prairie United Charities. All the details can be found on our website. In other news, a good friend of mine, Deputy City Manager Bill Crowley, has announced his retirement at the end of August. Bill oversaw all the city's planning, development, court, transportation, and public works departments, and he will be sorely missed. But we wish him well upon his retirement. Another friend of mine is stepping in his place. The city's housing and neighborhood director, Bill Hills, has been promoted to step into this deputy city manager position when Mr. Coley leaves. And Esther Coleman will be promoted from housing and neighborhood services manager to the director. Congratulations to both of you. Bill Hills began his career in the city of Grand Prairie as the code enforcement manager in 1989. He became Housing and Neighborhood Services Director in 1993. Bill's calm demeanor, experience, tenure, relationships within the organization and in the community, and the depth and breadth of knowledge will serve as well as a DCM. He excels at building teams, thoughtful and thorough decision-making, and has creative problem-solving skills. As a deputy city manager, Bill will oversee the same departments as Mr. Crowley, plus the housing department. Here's a word from Bill Hills.
Well, I'm really excited to have the opportunity to move into the city manager's office. After many years in Grand Prairie, it is truly an honor. I have developed many relationships throughout the city as well as in the city organization, and I hope that my talents and my abilities and my ability to deal with people and to help people will help us to be a better organization.
And while we are introducing people, I'd like to introduce the team that helps me put this show on weekly. From our communications and marketing department, Terry Briggs shoots and edits, Anna Enriquez handles the graphics, and Amy Sprinkles researches and does the writing. On a normal week, on Monday night, while I'm sitting in the living room watching TV with Rebecca, I'll write down some notes on what I want to say for that week. I'll send it to Amy, she'll generate it, give me a first draft. We'll do 1 or 2 drafts. I come in and film it on Wednesday. It's Wednesday right now. Terry works on it today and tonight, gets it ready to post, and we'll post it tomorrow, Thursday, July 16th. Until next week, stay safe, mask up, and socially distance.